I despise tyrants like you.
One, two. Okay, I'm not sure if my mic is actually set up at this point, but we're trying to see if we can get a good test out of everything. Alrighty, so my mic is now set up, and we're trying to get the desktop audio to play the proper way. So give me just a few seconds. Alrighty, it doesn't appear that my audio is coming through though, so I do apologize. Alrighty, okay. Alright, we're going to try to do this and see if we can get some good playback. Again, I'd like to say thank you to everyone for tuning in. This is actually going to be one of the first few times that I've really tried to run my setup with a microphone. I'm actually using my Dr. Dre Beats X. So hopefully this is sounding pretty good. Hopefully it's not clipping or sounding distorted. Alrighty, and let's get back into gameplay. But I'm trying to figure why I have no audio. So give me just a moment and we'll get this problem resolved. Let's see. Alright. Now let's see if we can get some good volume out of this. Okay. I'm not sure why I don't have the audio playing back through like it should be. Hopefully you guys can hear it, because I'm not hearing anything. Alright, I'm not sure what's going on as to the audio. Maybe I'll get the audio fixed shortly. Alright. I do apologize for this current stream. Seems like I'm having some technical difficulties with the audio output. Hope everybody enjoys that video. Alright, let's see. They are required for draw. It sucks when you have to give up a life. It's something I know he can't send damage to.
You should be proud to have come so far. See in yourself what I see.
Goodbye, Mr. Planeswalker. Let's hope he had another one. Because if not, I think that's going to be very upsetting to him. Now let's go ahead and show him that I have something to counteract that. And start picking out little tokens. And we're going to force him to see if he can block with him or take the hit. That creature. Oh, no problem, man. I don't know if you can hear me. I'm trying to use my microphone now versus trying to do the talk. Let's see how much. Oh, that was nice. And I got my rank up this round too. Now, Cameron, I don't know if you can hear me on my microphone. This is something new that I'm trying. I haven't actually had my mic set up for too long. I've been experimenting with trying to get my Beats X to work pretty well. Give me just a moment, I'll be right back. I got to take a phone call real quick. Okay, perfect. Thank you. I'm glad to know that I can be heard because at first I did not know if this is working. Now, are you also able to still hear the game music or sound effects as well? Because for some reason I'm not hearing that on my playback right now. And also, how does the quality sound? Also, a shout out for that. I hate when they do this. It seems like I swear that Magic Arena has a weird algorithm when it comes to allowing for certain cards to be played or how they're setting the deck for people. And sometimes I don't think that's fair. Okay, now, sorry, I'm playing around with my headset trying to get certain things working. Let's do this. Ah, there we go. Now I can hear the audio on my desktop. I'm just not sure if you guys are able to hear the audio from my desktop yet. All right. Again, I want to say thank you to everyone who has tuned in or has either watched the playback of the live stream. It is truly appreciated. Always remember, if you follow, subscribe, and also friend me, I do follow, subscribe, and friend in return. I believe it's the true thing to do. It also helps everybody get further in the streaming community. Alrighty, what can I do? What can I do? Let's kind of hold back and see if he swings first so I can try to take control of the board a little bit. Alrighty. And he did just what I thought he would do. So, let's see. Let's keep him with one, so that way all he can do is swing with one. Because I know he's got something in his hand to destroy a creature. I knew it. I saw that coming. I served in the Navy. I was in the Navy for 8 years active. and then I did 4 years reserve. I was stationed down in San Diego at 32nd Street Naval Station. Let's save that because I got a funny feeling he's got a burn in his hand. Either he's got something to exile or he's got something to burn because I got a funny feeling as soon as I bring the Seeker out, he's going to kill it. Oh, thank you. I actually enjoyed the military. I kind of miss it. The only thing I really do miss is a lot of the traveling and the camaraderie of hanging out with a bunch of my buddies. Um, you know, but I had to get out because I had been in for too long, or what they had called a higher tenure. So I was a first class petty officer for too long. Yes, the screen cam is currently off at the moment because of where I'm located. I can't disclose too much of the information and stuff that's behind me. Soon I'll actually have my cam up and running when I'm able to turn my desk and location around. I do apologize because I know the cam is nice to have because you can see my facial expressions and me making jokes at people and how they play. But Cameron, I do appreciate it. Thank you so much for letting me know that everything is working or sounding, pretty decent. I'm still just trying to fix the audio issue that I have as far as making sure that you guys are able to hear me and the game audio and a few other things. But I know it takes a little bit of time to get that all set up. Just know I'm new to streaming. I've probably only been streaming now for about maybe a month. Um, and it's still new to me. I'm still learning the ropes, still learning how to get certain things set up. I'm also looking at doing a double PC streaming setup. Oh, joining which branch of the military are you planning on joining? But if you are planning on joining the military and you want my suggestion, I recommend the Navy. I say the Navy one because it's you're guaranteed to have a lot of travel. You're guaranteed to see different countries, um, and it's a great experience. It's one that I truly have to admit that if I had never went into the military, a lot of things that I know now and have learned and places I've been able to see, I would never have experienced. And it's a great way to really expand your horizon, to know what things are out there and available to you to see and stuff like that. So I would recommend it. Yes, it's great. Oh, he's trying to beat me before I can exile his card. Smart move, man. But it's not gonna stop me from taking that card from you. You're losing that bitch. I'm just letting you know that, and I'm gonna attack you because at this point now I know it's gonna take a point from you, and I'm gonna get four. So let's go. Oh, that sucked. I didn't pay attention to that. Again, that was a rookie mistake, but I guess you can only play with what you have in your hand, so I had to play it. Let's see. You know what? I've got some good friends who are Marines. Um, love those guys to death. Um, but at the end of the day, they even said the same thing. They kind of don't like. They didn't like it because when they went into the Marines, the problem that they ran into is that you pick a classification and you think that that's going to be your job, and then they have you doing much other stuff than what you would expect to do. Whereas with the Navy, when I went in as an information systems technician, and basically I did nothing but computer work the whole time I was in. Don't get me wrong though, when you first get in the military, you do pay your dues. So when you first get to your command, you do things like working in the mess galley or helping with certain cleanup operations and things like that. But at the end of the day, it's very great. You know, the money is nice. Um, you know, I just say be very mindful of what job classification that you want to try to get into. And if you are planning on getting into the military, make sure that you truly study for the ASVAB exam, because the ASVAB exam is like a placement exam. And the higher you score, the better jobs that you're going to be open and available to getting. Oh, that sucked. Just got ranked up and already losing. All right, I think after this hand, we're going to go ahead and try to play around with building a new deck. I have a brother-in-law who did Air Force. He said he enjoyed it. When he went into the Air Force, he actually started becoming a mechanic. So he worked with the flight crew and had the pleasure of working on different aircraft and different mobilized units that went out to combat. He said he enjoyed the Air Force. Again, I guess I'm just kind of biased because of the fact that I did go Navy. You can't see the gameplay? Oh, crap. Okay, let's see what happened. Let me check my previewer and find out. Oh, crap. I'm so sorry. I apologize. I never switched back to live screen. That is probably one of the biggest rookie mistakes that I have made today. I played an entire round of Magic and didn't even take it off of the coming back soon. Wow. I lose points for that one. I lose major cool points for that one. But thanks again, Cameron, because I did not know that I was still sitting on the be right back screen. Let that be a lesson that I'm still a rookie. I'm a novice. I'm a newbie at streaming. You know what? I've actually talked to some people and have been trying to figure out how to do that as well, because when I play Call of Duty, I was interested in possibly streaming that as well. So um, I know that a few people said that when playing with a PS4, they had to use capture cards to make everything work seamlessly and smoothly without a lot of lag. And then it sucks right now because I broke my right hand in a motorcycle accident a couple weeks back. So now I'm trying to play with my left hand, and learning how to use my left hand as my right hand is very, very tricky. Yeah, the software that I'm using to stream with is Streamlabs OBS. I kind of love it because it has everything integrated into one screen, so I can put all of that on one screen and keep my game on the other screen. Oh, okay. Well, hopefully, if you get a chance to, I do have a PS4 user account. If you get a chance to look it up, it's Manish Ways, Manishwayz. That is my PlayStation tag. If you follow me, I'll definitely follow you back, and then that way, when I'm online, we can definitely link up and play some Call of Duty together. I think that would be awesome. All right, let's try to get my front line built up because I don't have no blockers out there right now. I need to get some stuff. But it kind of sucks because right now with him flying, I don't have anything really to uh, go against flyers except for a couple of cards. And I swear it doesn't seem like my shuffling on this game is any good. Yes, baby. Nope, I'm actually talking on my video game right now. Sorry, baby. I'm talking on my video game. I'm talking on my video game. seen as funny for reasons like that as well. Because I have kids, that's another reason why I haven't really had my cam set up yet. Um, just trying to respect the privacy of the children and not really put them out there. This kind of sucks. I wish I had a better hand to play with, but we're going to try to make this work as best as we can, even though I'm sure he's going to get me on the next go around. Yep, he's got me. Oh, I'm 40 years old. But if you see a photo, I don't look it. Everyone still swears to this day that I look like I'm in my late 20s, early 30s. But I've been playing Magic for a long, long time, and that's how I actually got introduced to it. When a couple buddies of mine in the military, we would go on deployment, and while on deployment, we used to play role play games such as Robotech, Metcross, and then that's when I got introduced into Magic. And back then, if I wish I would have paid a lot of attention to what I was doing back then when I was collecting cards, because if I would have paid attention and actually maintained and kept a lot of the cards that I had back then versus trading them or selling them, I think I would have a very much more elaborate and expensive collection. But that's how, anything that we play or that we find as a nice little hobby, it can be very expensive if you allow it to be. All right, let's try to get this going pretty quickly. Now, if I remember correctly, Cameron, you said you're in high school. What year of high school are you in? Oh, okay, cool. So you got a few more years to go. Hey, if anything, make sure, I tell people this, and a lot of times it may sound redundant, but, you know, just, I would definitely just make sure that within your studies that, you pay attention, because a lot of times that, I know in the past I kind of didn't care after a while, we got bored, and certain things got annoying. I think I just fixed my audio issue with the desktop sound effect. You say you're going to be alone soon. When you say you're going to be alone, as far as in school, or just is it? 'Cause I'm kind of confused on how to read that. Oh, this is too much of a all cost right now. When I want mana, I can't get it. Don't want it, get it all the time. Let's see if they'll take the bait and kill off this creature. Oh, that was a bad trade-off. Now, Cameron, just a quick question. How does my mic sound in the video game? Oh, okay, yeah. See, that's something I got to work out too. The lag issue that I have, where it's me speaking, everyone typing, and trying to respond to people, I know a lot of people try to give me advice on which cards to play, and sometimes I don't never see it until it's too late. Realizes that I have a nice size token deck to play with. Oh, okay, no problem. I'll be on for a while. I don't plan on this on weekends. I stream for a couple of hours at a time. Sometimes I may take a break here and there, just to kind of tweak some minor little technical difficulties or things that I'm dealing with the game. Still trying to get my setup, you know, kind of nice, even though it's just in a corner of a room for right now. I want to say thank you to all my viewers on YouTube, Twitch. You guys are awesome. And it's great having people that support you and actually play as well as you do. Okay. See if I can ruffle his feathers a little bit. This way now, if he attacks, I should have something pretty decent to start blocking whatever he throws at me. I wish I had something that would give me a plus on my creatures. Again, this is why I feel like the shuffle that they do here in Arena isn't a true shuffle. I think they shuffle and rig the decks against opponents. That way it doesn't seem like it's too lopsided of a game. And I still don't have nothing to play. Just kind of stuck. Like for the first time I've got more mana in my hand than anything. But you know what? I need to start gaining some life back. And maybe by making that a land card now, I can start generating some more tokens. Oh, sorry to hear that, man. You know, I know how that is, especially not working around the holidays. And I definitely appreciate the thought of donating. Man, it's awesome. You know, I haven't really been asking for donations or anything, or I think I put the donation tag at the bottom of my screen to kind of have it there as a link. But again, I do appreciate that, Cameron, and trust me, I will definitely return the favor and you know, pay the love back. Also, I'm curious. I noticed that your name has Fortnite in it. What do you think of that game? Because I've had a lot of people ask me if I play that, and I've never played it, but I've been kind of interested after watching a few streamers in their game. But I'm sure it'd be kind of hard to get into the simulcast right now. Oh, thank you to my new viewers. Thank you for tuning in. Maybe if I can get my background up a little bit here, I'll go ahead and turn my camera off. I just don't want to show how messy this room is, because right now, with a broken hand, it's really hard to try to clean things up. I feel kind of like a lazy bum right now. Man, this hand, I think I'm gonna get the shit smacked out of me though. If I don't get anything to bump these creatures up, it's gonna be real hard to take over this hand. Thank you so much. Is it GameHawks 812? I was just trying to figure that out. Let me do some adjusting to it while we're playing right now to try to see if we can tweak this and get it to be a little bit better than what it was, because I know sometimes it could be very hard to hear people. How about now? Does that sound a little bit better? And again, I just want to say thank you to all the viewers, followers, and subscribers. Let's see, so okay, let's try to turn, let me see if I can turn it down just a little bit more in a second. Let's see. All right, so we'll try to cut it back just a little bit more. I don't want to sound like I'm screaming in the microphone. Personally, oh, okay. I'm going to have to look into it because I have been slightly interested in Fortnite. I just, being that I don't have both hands to really play with right now, I know it'd be real hard for me to really enjoy the game. But it looks like it's pretty fun, so I'm going to have to go ahead and download it and take a little peek at it. Hey, 812, did the audio, does it sound a little bit better now? And again, I'm still trying to experiment. I'm new to streaming. I've only been streaming for about a month. I'm still trying to figure out a schedule, because everyone tells me that if I set a set schedule, it'll make it easier for me to get people to follow more often. But it's hard, when you work a full-time job and, taking care of kids. So I try to make sure that I can balance out the gameplay and not feel like I'm just sitting on my console or on my computer all day long. And then hopefully I'll be able to get, my cam working soon. That's odd. I don't know why he used the timeout for. Alrighty. This is going to be a hard way to try to play, because I'm basically going to be trying to come from the bottom and work my way out of a hole. I knew he was going to do that, so he's going to put a lot of flying creatures in the air, which is smart because I have nothing to stop his flyers right now. Great. So we know at least 15 I'm going to be taking. They do have a mobile version of Magic. It's called Magic Duels. I wasn't really too fond of Magic Duels. They have Magic Online, then they have Magic Arena. There's a couple other independent Magic games that people have made that they share. I know for like the Mac OS and things like that. But if you were looking for a mobile version of Magic to play, Magic Duels, I agree, 812. Magic Duels sucks. And it's hard to play on a phone because with the screens being so small, it's really hard to kind of get through the cards and different things. So it's not for the faint of heart. 812, I'm sure, can vouch for that. That once you start playing it, you'll get kind of disappointed and you'll be upset, and then you'll just not want to play it anymore. But I don't recommend, if you do download it just to kind of experiment, do not waste any money on that game. Do not, anything where you would have to spend money, don't, because it's really not worth it at all. And that's just a personal opinion. You know, other people might say that they like it. I just don't like it. And I agree with A12. It sucks. And if I can just say it very frankly, it sucks donkey dick. It looks like my little token hand is turning around a little bit. Now, I will ask if anyone who views has any suggestions, tips, or tricks on how I can make my stream better and also increase the number of viewers I have. I would highly appreciate that. And anything that I can do to return the favor, I definitely will. I don't know why he's thinking so hard when he's got enough stuff to really slap the shit out of me. Another one of those guys that turns into a 3-3. That sucks. Oh, that comes in handy. Now I might have a few things to kind of help. Oh, shit. That was a bad move. Bad move. That was a rookie move. Oh, that was the biggest rookie move I could have ever made. He just won that round. Oh, that sucks. I've seen something like that coming, all because I made the mistake of not attacking with my life links. In some cases, you know, they'll tell you that it's good not to attack, but I should have went ahead and swung. I should have swung. Yes, I agree, A12. Blue decks are the hardest decks that I've noticed to try to play against because they have so many counters and dissolves or board wipes that it's almost like if you're not able to get your creatures stacked to a very high power rating, or if you don't have enough mana out to push all your cards back out when they do a board wipe, it becomes a pain in the butt. Oh yeah. I'm not saying that they suck on a level of playing them. It just sucks when you're the guy who has to compete against someone with a blue deck with a bunch of dissolves in it. It makes you want to pull your hair out, you know, and I've never been one to really want to hit the concede button. I like to play the game all the way through, even if I'm going to get my butt kicked. But there are a few times when I have ran into situations where people have played blue decks with a bunch of dissolves in it and a lot of skip turns and you know, take extra turn type cards, and it's forced me into a concede. Right now, for about the last month, I've been trying to put together a very decent vampire deck. I've only done the vampire deck in black and white, but I'm looking at a different one. I think someone said that I should try doing a vampire red and white deck. Yes. That whole adding of counters and then throwing them counters around, it does. It's almost like there's certain cards that I feel like that when they created them for Magic, they were great intentions for the cards, but at the same time, I find that a lot of cards, it kind of sways the deck where it's hard for you to play because it's like if you don't have a chance to really play the game and you get people that just want to keep reversing the turns or you know, throwing a bunch of counters out at you. It just kind of makes the game unfun. You know, it's one of those things where, you know, I enjoy playing against people who know that, you know, the game is not to really have the game as a one-sided kind of a type thing, but you know, it happens. Because don't get me wrong, if I was able to build a deck that I could guarantee every time that I play it, I would whoop somebody's ass with it. Oh, I would definitely do it. Oh, Cameron, hey, you know what? You know, but if you have the time and the ability to build that kind of deck, and you know what, and it works for you, hey, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you at all. I think that it's just I I think because of me and my playing style, and I'm still trying to learn how to manipulate cards and when to play them the right way. That's where my trouble comes in because I don't know how to essentially bait the opposing members, and that's usually what it is. Yep. And I don't. And one of the cards they have that I don't like, and I can't think of the name of it, is that where every time they make a play, I lose two cards that go straight into my graveyard. So you know, sometimes that could really irritate you, especially when you look over at your graveyard and you're seeing cards that you really wanted to play or were hoping to get, and then they come out after, you know. So yeah, I hate those. I've had somebody literally mill me all the way down where I had no cards, and then the next go around I couldn't draw no cards, so I lost the game. So I know that feeling. I do. All right, let's try to get some energy on the board and see if we can't make him dissolve some of his creatures. And like right now, I don't have anything to pull any of his creatures off the board yet. That's dope. A12. If you know, I'm still trying to learn how to. You know, I've gone on the different websites for MTG to look at the different deck builds, and I've been trying to do that. It's like I want to build a deck that is not a common deck for everyone. Like I don't want to have that deck where when you play it, you just know like, oh, this person has a lot of these, or this person's going to play a lot of that. But I think even now, my current deck that I'm playing with, I call it Bloodthirst because it is a vampire themed deck. Um, Heavy on the token side, especially with generating tokens. I've just been trying to really, I guess you could say, get this deck to be where it's just finely tuned enough where it's nice and even well rounded. But it sucks. 'Cause I'm been wishing that I could have got rid of that damn voice card that's giving everything hexproof, because that alone is what's really causing a big hindrance. Let's see. And I did. I screwed up and played a card that I should not have played. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, I know that feeling. There was back before this new set came out, there were a couple of decks that I had built that were kind of that way. That friends of mine, as soon as they seen a few cards that I would play in the deck, they would know exactly what play style I was going with, and then they'd just be like, "We're not playing against that deck." But I do have a friend who has the most killer burn deck ever, and he with 4 mana that he was able to leave on the board alone, he's been able to pretty much burn every card that players have had and been able to put out amazing deck. But it's not. I know it's not a standard or even a modern deck, so I'm assuming it's going to be more known as either a casual playstyle deck. Mm, 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 mm. This is not pretty, but that's not a bad win ratio. 14 out of 27. That's good. That's damn good. Um, Again, I'll have to admit, like I think that if I was to have built this deck that I'm playing right now in a paper form, it would probably play so much better because of the shuffling. I could shuffle it more than just, a couple of times to make sure the cards are nicely shuffled out. Um, but right now, I think that Magic the Gathering has done something somewhere where the algorithm as to how it shuffles your cards and as well as how it deals out your cards. Because what someone was telling me is that it usually picks the best of two hands to make sure that you're not just getting some kind of like offset kind of game play. Let's see how she wins. You know what? 812. One of the things that I want to try to do is I was going to essentially try to build a deck where it just had nothing but 24 basic lands, 12 and 12, and then I wanted to do 4 of each of the cards that I was going to put into that deck, just so that I could play it to see how the rotation rollout was going to be. Oh yeah, you can definitely have my deck list. The deck that I'm currently playing right now. If you go on to my Twitch channel on Twitch TV / Leo Kashi, in my actual about me section, or the section that has the information about what I'm doing on my channel, there is a deck list, and it has the current deck list that I'm playing right now. All right, let's let this game in. No blockers. Let's go ahead and try to get a new opponent. He did that for Overkill. He must be streaming as well. Great game, Oakburg 5. Hopefully we'll run into each other again sometime. One of the things that I wish Magic would implement is the ability for us to actually have an in-game chat where we can chat with the other player or opponent. I think that would be good. Because sometimes when I say hello or someone says hello to me via the messenger thing that they have inside of Magic Arena, you never can tell if they're saying hello to you to say hello in a nice way, or if they're saying hello to you like hello, So, Cameron, you're more than welcome. What I like to do is share my deck list with people. I haven't had a chance to really go on to any of the MTG actual deck builder sites and post my decks yet, but I do plan on doing so. Just because I like to share. I like for other people to be able to tell me what they can see within my deck that can be fixed, or because we all have different ideas, and I know that 1 or 2 cards can tweak a deck and make it roll and turn so nice. Wow. You know what? I have seen people with these lifelink decks that have done some tremendous things with them. And I kid you not. I'm one of those people that play that if your life total is 30 points higher, 20 to 30 points higher than what I am, and I can honestly see that there's no way for me to knock your life total down, yes. At that point, I probably will concede and let you have the game, because I know that it's like an uphill battle with those kind of decks. And sorry if you can hear my TV in the background. I've been watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, kind of like a binge watch thing. I just have it set up on my Plex, and I'm just letting it play over and over again. Oh, that's dope. Oh, that's yeah. Like I said, I'm one for definitely deck sharing. I do have a friend, however, who built the deck, and he holds that deck kind of sacred. So every time I play him, I try to memorize or write down what cards I see him throw out, just so I can kind of recreate his deck. Yeah, I hate those menace cards. Them menace cards can they are exactly what the name of them says. They're a menace because if you don't have enough creatures out to block them, it's kind of like they just keep doing whatever they want to do. Hopefully I can get lucky. Oh shit. He's gonna get rid of one of my destinies. I know it. Oh, I know it. I know it. I know it. I should have got them out sooner. Damn it. I knew that was gonna happen. And now he knows that I have another one, so this is gonna really suck. Go ahead. Tap all your mana source out. Oh, he didn't play his mana the right way. And if there's any secret that I can ever tell you, if you have creatures that have lifelink and you're blocking basically one creature that may only have a 1 in a damage category, push all of your lifelink creatures to that one creature because that creature has to hit every one of them. And when they hit that creature, it's going to allow for you to still get the lifelink point. There we go. Now I have vengeance. Oh, I was so hoping he was going to block that way I could get my card back. Maybe we'll get something where I can enchant his creature and get that card put back on the table. It's charging right now. It's not charged yet. All right. What can this creature do? So we're going to smack him around a little bit with all my creatures. Just to guarantee that even if he has a plus to bump that creature up, we're going to make sure we have enough to compensate for the additional plus whatever he may want to put on that creature. Give me just a second, ladies and gentlemen. I have to take a phone call, so give me just a moment. Alrighty, I'm back. So sorry for the delay. You know, when the wife calls, you got to take that call. Otherwise, the wife could suspend me from playing games after a while. But I'm back. Sorry for that delay. Let's go ahead and get the butt whooping going. Cameron, thank you so much for hanging in there with me on that not so short break. Alrighty. And I swear it seems like I get some of the worst draws. It's like some are good, some are bad, but lately this draws have just been sucky. You know what, A12, I agree with you. It seems like that the way that Magic has done their algorithm for distributing cards is really shitty. And I've heard a couple of people talk about something in regards to how the game will push out two different hands and then will give you the latter of the two so that you're not, doing anything, I guess, unbalanced. Yeah, you know what? And I've noticed that at times it would force me to where it would want me to mulligan. Um, but I guess because I'm one of those people that I feel like I can try to manipulate the hand, I try to work with it. But there are some times when I just feel like it's a waste of damn time. You know, especially like right now, I have ranked up the other day, and I don't really like how their ranking system works either because it seems like I could win 5 games in a row and lose one game, and then all of a sudden my roll counter, it's like I have to win another 10 games just to get back where I was before. So I don't necessarily like how this game is structured. And I think if I win 5 games and I lose one, I should only go back one. I shouldn't go back, if you're looking at the circle when it shows you that you've won, I shouldn't go back half a circle for missing one game. So, hopefully I'm hoping that somewhere soon they'll start figuring a way to really balance out the way this game is set up. Because even the regular Magic Online doesn't play as crappy as this. All right, now let's go ahead and switch this card over real quick. Oh, no problem, Cameron. Exactly, 812, exactly. Like that, I don't understand what that bullshit is about. Like, it's almost like they don't want you to win, or they're forcing almost you to have to purchase, gems in order to really get somewhere in this game. And I think that that's stupid. Like, if I'm ranking up and I make my rank, you know, why is it that I lose the rank faster than what it did for me to get it? And I don't know. I wish I knew some of the developers and was able to talk to them or even knew more people that had a more clear understanding as to how this game really, the algorithm was set up. But it is. It's just completely stupid in a way. And I don't know. I think it is. I think that they're trying to balance it to where it's like you don't have one player who just really runs through the whole game. But I know that if we were playing paper version and I built this same deck, I would have a much better draw than what I get just based on the computer drawing the cards for me. Let's see if I can make him concede this round. See? And stuff like that. Like, how is it that all my draws normally end up being these stupid the land draws on certain things when I'm trying to get points out of somebody and it doesn't roll the way I want? I think he's going to concede right here. And so if he does concede, it'll be exactly what I thought. Yes, I'm actually on Twitter as well. If you look on Twitter, I'll actually be on there under Leo Kashi. Yeah, that you know what? Like I say, I swear that in my opinion, I think it is. I think the game itself is just lopsided in how it does everything. Oh, I knew that was gonna happen. Shit. I had a funny feeling that he was gonna do something like that. But let's see, it's gonna work in my favor. So I get 6, we'll get 1, 2, and then we'll do whites. Which, and honestly, in my opinion, I don't think this is gonna help him anyway. I think he's just trying to prolong the ass whooping that I'm gonna give him. Oh, okay, Cameron, definitely. If you add me, I'll definitely follow you back. Um, and then that way we can definitely, stay in communication. Once you download Arena, if you definitely want to do a direct play, I'll list my direct play link so that we can also get online and play against, one another. One thing about the direct play that I have to warn you, if no one's ever told you, if you send a request to play someone in direct play, that person also has to send you a request to play at the same time, which is good because it keeps you from getting these unnecessary pop-up alerts of people wanting to challenge you. Trust me, because I want to play against people like Day9, Ninja, and a couple other people, so... you know what? There's a couple of cards that I know within my playing hand that I do want to swap out because I don't like the card one that if I play it, it takes a life from me but gives me a card. I mean, it's a cool card to have early on, but when you're down on mana and you're trying to keep from putting yourself in a position of where you have to give up the game, that is not the card to have, or any card really that's going to drain your life. But I'm definitely going to look into that the replacement angel, and see what I can do as far as some of them other ones because there are a few cards that I have that I feel like just don't suit any purpose right now. Well, let's get as much life as we possible can because I got a funny feeling he's going to try to double up and put counters on this. So I can kind of see right now he might have at least one or two +2 counters for a 1-drop. Hmm, that was a pretty good play. But didn't stop me from losing that card, nor stop me from gaining life either. Now, this is where I'm going to go ahead and we're going to shut some stuff down real quick. I need one more. Alrighty, now we'll play this card. Let's see, which one do we want to take? Draw a card, create a why. Let's get rid of this flyer right here, because that one can keep creating 4/4 flyers, and we definitely don't want that. Now, go ahead and see what we can get on a draw that we could throw out there. Perfect. Because he dissolved one, we put another one back out. And I think that's what's going to mess him up, because I actually have 4 of those in my deck. I see he doesn't want to play that card. Oh, he's not going to like this. He's not going to like this at all. And let's kill off some of his shit now. And I think he forgot that I had vigilance. Exactly, you know, and then I think the thing that I hate most A12 is that when I get to that point where it seems like I'm drawing one land, it seems to always want to give me a tapped dual color land. Something that I just can't even use on the first, you know, 1 or 2, you know, passes. So it's stupid. I wish they would use a regular kind of like poker shuffle for the card shuffling. So I don't know how they did that. When you Cameron, when you say what is the name, what particularly are you asking about? Eh, I think at this point he's going to realize that he has nothing to compete with me on the next swing. So he's either going to concede or he's going to try to dump as much stuff out of his hand as possible. And it's not going to work. And he's going to realize that because he's going to bump up the pride mate and it's just not going to work. I'm going to do the same thing, A12, because I just don't like it. Oh, if you're playing online, the game itself for Magic, just go to Magic's website and it's just Magic Arena, Magic the Gathering Arena. That is this particular version that we're playing now. They do have another version that's Magic Online. Um, it looks a little bit more, I guess you could say, dumbed down a little bit. It's not as graphically appealing, but it's still a good game. I think, honestly, I think that the Magic Online version plays a lot better than the Magic Arena version does. And again, that's my opinion. Others may look at it differently. I just don't like the game the way they have the algorithm set up in this particular game. Gotta make sure I'm not messing myself up. Oh, that is the card I want. So let's do this. Let's see if I can bait him real quick by not attacking. And then with the next card I throw out, I'm going to swing with everything, which is going to guarantee that he's not going to win regardless. Now, I will say that once I'm able to add a couple of more of these Seekers into my deck, I think that will help because I would love to play multiple Seekers at one time so that when I'm deducting life from you, I can get it more than just once. Okay, I think I found one negative drawback about using Beats headphones and trying to connect and communicate with your system is that the headphones seem to want to disconnect and connect all on their own. We'll see. We have to wait. Oh, I hate it when people do this kind of thing and they feel like flooding the board with as many cards as they have is going to save this game. He doesn't know that I have this Seeker in my hand, and luckily he doesn't have a card right now like the blue deck that allows you to look into my hand and throw away cards out of my hand, so I'm kind of fortunate. Okay, now what he's gonna do is he's gonna put a plus, he's gonna plus up, and he's gonna put a counter on a couple of creatures.
Heal.
And in lieu, I think what's gonna mess him up is if he swings for everything that he has available and finds out that I don't block him, he's gonna end up conceding after that. That's only, so there's 24, which is fine. He could hit me with both of those and I wouldn't care. This is where he's going to get upset and he's not going to like the game. Because I like the fact that he doesn't have anything to stop me from bringing this creature out. Now here's where he dies. And he doesn't realize it yet. But because all those are attacking, he's about to lose 10 life automatically. I love that Seeker card. All right, Cameron, have a great day. Hopefully I'll see you soon back on the stream. You know what, A12, I'm getting to that point too because it's like every time I start ranking up and I move around, it always seems like there's something to keep me from getting any higher ranking, which is dumb, but it kind of is what it is. Now let's debate. All right, now here's the question. Should I buy a pack of cards or should I go ahead and play one of the competitive drafts? Okay, let's do that. Let's see if we could take my deck into one of the competitives and see what happens for the constructed event, because I know I don't have enough right now to draft with. Um, let's see what we can do with a constructed event. And let's see if this deck is worthy enough for it. Oh yeah, when a few of the drafts, when I'm able to actually like draft, I'll do those all the time. Um, Only because I noticed that it seems like I get a better chance of getting certain rare cards. Another thing I don't like about this now is how they've constructed the vault setup. for that fifth card draw. So it's like it kind of sucks that, you know, I'm sure they figured out how people were manipulating the game, because we were able to go in and we knew that every pack that they gave us was from Ravnica. So if I know that you're going to constantly give me Ravnica cards, then I would just pull a bunch of Ravnica packs. That way I could guarantee that I'm filling the vault up faster. But I think that's something that they're trying to fix too, where it's not a way for us to overcharge the vault too much. All right, let's see what kind of bull crap I can play. Let's get this going. And once again, A12, thank you so much for letting me know how the audio quality was sounding as far as my mic and the game. I'm still trying to get everything, you know, finally tuned and tweaked. I know eventually my plan is to take two of the computers I have and use it as a two PC streaming setup, where one acts as a transcoder and then the other one acts as my actual gameplay machine. I know it's a lot of people say it frees up a lot of the processor usage, and it helps with cutting down on the lag as well. Okay, now that I see that he has two blues, I got a funny feeling he's got a lot of counters in his hand. And if he doesn't, stuff like that is going to help him get them. That's okay, I'm going to get another. I'm just hoping to get the city's blessings so I can get vigilance real fast. Because I hate that card that destroys tapped creatures. So as long as I get the vigilance, then I know I don't have to worry about my creatures being tapped out and killed. Since he actually tapped all his mana, he can't counter, so we'll get that out now, which will definitely help. And I'm going to swing, because that way, even if he blocks one, I'm still hitting for 2 damage. Now the only thing I got to worry about is him doing a return to owner's hand. Alright, he doesn't have any returns so far, which is actually a good thing. Alright, now let's get this game going. When you say his name is Klondike, who are you referring to? Because I'm not sure exactly what you mean by that. And I could, and you're actually right, I probably should know. Oh, you're talking about the player, the opponent I'm playing against, the name is Klondike, yeah. Oh, this is gonna suck. I really don't like playing these cards. That's one thing I will say I do like about this game is that some people's screen names be completely hilarious. And the funny thing is that he's attacking a card that gives me pluses versus trying to go after a card that takes life from him. That I'll never understand that. Hopefully I can get a mana on the next draw. But if he's smart, he's not going to attack me because he's not going to want to leave himself vulnerable. But I think now he actually has a counter card in his hand. Honestly, you know what? This is the first time I think that when it comes to playing Magic, this particular set is the first set that I haven't actually got in a paper form yet. I know he's not gonna like that. You know what? I'm trying to. I would love to build a few of the decks that I actually have from Arena in paper form, only because I know if I played the paper version, it would play so much better, and I'd probably enjoy it so much more than what I do in Magic Arena. Oh, he's trying. I love it because I'm just hoping that he'll eventually tap himself completely out. Let's see. Let's try this route first to see if he draws it. Yes, I have played League of Legends. It was something I played with a very close friend of mine, and didn't really get a chance to really play it a lot like I wanted to because he ended up moving. Oh, I hate these phone decks. I want to, you know what, in A12, I want to try to play Masters. because I've heard that was a good set too. Alrighty, I knew that was gonna happen. Usually I don't get the first game. If I do, it's usually luck. But like you said, A12, I think somehow they got this game rigged where it don't allow you to have so many wins in a row. See, look at this crap. And then if I mulligan, it's going to be just as crappier. They always do that to me, where they know I'm not, where it just makes it so that it's harder for the opponent to play against. No, good. At least he had the mulligan down a little bit. So that might give me a little bit of a leeway here. And it sucks the first card I have to play takes life from me. Well, that's a nice little setup to have right there.
Friend of mine.
Okay, it's time to get rid of that asshole right now. So, let's do this. I know he's not gonna like it, but oh well. See how he likes that, not having his planeswalker. I wish I had something that could allow me to exile it. Alrighty, now I get to do some damage to you. Let's see if I can run the board real fast. And I'm gonna wait because I got a funny feeling that he's got something that can dissolve. We'll just swing with one, but I got a funny feeling he's got something to wipe the board of all attackers. Because if he doesn't, there he goes. Alright, so far we're 1 for 1. Okay. again, I just want to say thank you to all the viewers who have tuned in to watch the live stream or to watch the replay. I truly appreciate it. Follow, subscribe, follow and subscribe and like back as well. See, and I keep getting stuck with these crappy hands, and this is just not fun at all. It really does take the enjoyment out of the game. Go ahead and kill something off. I got a funny feeling he's going to burn my cards. You know what, I should have just hit him with all of them. I knew that was coming. But it's not going to stop me from killing that card. Just won't give in. That you're not going to do it. That sucks. See if I can hold out a little bit. I got a funny feeling though he's got something that can deal direct damage and it's gonna hit me. Yep. Looks like I got one more defeat to go and then we're out of this tournament. I'm just trying to see if we can break even. Another crap ass pool. Sometimes I wonder why it takes the opponent so long to select whether they're going to keep or mulligan their hand. But I've also found too, sometimes the game does crash unexpectedly and you have to log back in and all that other crap. So it does kind of suck after a while. Let's see. Let's go this route. Again, I'd like to say thank you to all my viewers, anyone who's tuning in to watch the live stream, or usually playback of the video on YouTube or Twitch, or even Mixer. Slowly getting the hang of this streaming thing. I love the fact that I can see when someone looks at the card, but at the same time I think that's also a bad thing. People shouldn't know what we're looking at or what we're doing. It should be kind of personal. Go ahead and try to make his life a living hell for him. Ooh, that sucked. Yep. Now I got the city's vigilance, city's blessing, and I got vigilance. know he's not gonna like this. Yes. It's not charged. Alright, I think my mic is about to die. Again, I'm using my Beats X wireless headphones. So hopefully after I charge them up a little bit, we'll be able to be back online with the microphone. Hopefully it'll last us this last round. And I got a funny feeling I know what he's got as a plus over there, so I'm not going to do it. But I got a feeling he's still going to go ahead and exile one of the cards. Yep. I knew that was coming. Alright, this is where we gotta knock off one of these goddamn creatures. We gotta do it fast. Oh, that's fine. I'm still gonna kill this bitch. And he's about to put a +2 on that one, I'm sure. I knew something was coming. I don't know why he has to think about this. Alright, well that's the end of that one. Wasn't able to break even, but at least we did win one round out of that. So it wasn't all for a total loss. Let's see if we get anything good, which I doubt. Oh. Let's be a wild card. Be a wild. Nope. Get a wild card. Oh, I got the Sarkin. So actually, I've done pretty good today. I've actually been able to pull, I think, about 3 Planeswalkers today during gameplay, which is very good. All right, thanks everyone for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and take a quick break. I'll be back on shortly. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. You guys have a great morning, great afternoon, and I'll see you guys here in a bit.